that on more than one occasion over the last many, many years, the same sort of things happened to her when she just got severely dehydrated. And she's worked like a demon, as you know, as Secretary of State and as a senator and in the years since.
All right, on the panel, it is leading off, because he's a Mets fan like me, Julio Rivera, Newsmax insider, conservative activist, and host of the Julio Rivera Show on Lanterns Radio Network, and batting ninth because he's a Cardinals fan. Notice we skipped from leadoff to ninth. Is Jim Hoft, founder of thegatewaypundit.com, conservative blogger and investigative reporter. Gentlemen, I won't hold it against you, Jim. Even though we're leading you by a half game, we're tied in the loss column for the second wild card spot. Okay, let's start with what's going on here. The big news today, Jim, is Trump is on Dr. Oz. He's not releasing everything. He released some things, blah, 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 blah. As Hillary continues to skate, did she have an X-ray to diagnose pneumonia, which is the only way it could be diagnosed? If so, at what hospital? Is it one lung or two lungs? What kind of bacteria? Is it bacteria? Is it what kind of pneumonia is it? What kind of medication is she on? The media has zero curiosity when it comes to Hillary, but they need to know every detail about Donald Trump.
Right, and that's because Donald Trump eats Big Macs and Kentucky Fried Chicken. And so that's all they got on him. But in the meantime, Hillary, if you'll notice, I put up a post on the Gateway Pundit. They passed like 10 health clinics on the way to Chelsea's house the other day. If she was having this, if we all saw the video, thank God there was this citizen journalist on the street, or we would never have seen it. But they passed a hospital 2 blocks away so they could get to Chelsea's. There's something going on there. We still don't know what's wrong with Hillary, but it's serious.
Absolutely. Julio?
Yeah, it's a lack of transparency coming out of the Clinton camp, and the media's protecting her. They're not going to hold her to account. They're not going to ask those tough questions because they know, and it's obvious that something's going on. Listen, the one thing that you have to consider with Hillary Clinton is she doesn't come out in public nearly as much as Donald Trump does. So whenever she does come out, it's under controlled circumstances, and she keeps having these episodes. So that tells you if she's this bad in public, consider what she's like in private.
Yeah, and Bill Clinton saying that she's had it frequently. Just talked about with Cheryl Atkinson, formerly, of course, of CBS, about the edit that CBS News made, taking the word frequently out of Bill Clinton's statement. And she said, I know a lot of people, but I don't know many people who frequently pass out over the course of years from dehydration, Jim.
Right, it's just nonsense. And the fact that we documented something on Gateway Pundit. Hillary took every weekend off in August. She'd work about 4 days. She'd take 4 days off. This also, the media has no curiosity about this. Donald Trump is out there every day of the week except Sundays. Hillary's taking all this time off. I don't think she's fit for presidency.
Yeah, and Julio, I mean, again, she's in the shadow. She's coming back tomorrow, I think, and I guess. They'll be treating her with kid gloves to make sure that that poor Hillary doesn't overexert herself. I don't know. What do you think the debate's going to be like with her standing there for 90 minutes?
Well, this is a smart thing that I think that Trump did. Initially, he said he wasn't going to discuss the issues with her health, and then he went out and he rolled out a very women-friendly, initiatives that he may be coming out with in the child care initiative, the maternity leave initiative. So he's doing really well right now to win over women. So he's always got the health issue in his back pocket, and if he springs that out of nowhere in a debate situation, she's going to have to answer for it. She's not going to be able to run and hide, and it may actually give him a better chance of actually taking advantage of it as opposed to had he made comments about it now, and it may have been seen and played by the liberal media as something like kind of lowbrow, always attacking her while she's down and kicking her. He can use it when it matters.
Right. Jim, you also have again, I was going to ask you about another story on the Gateway Pundit, but go ahead.
I was just going to say the big question about the debates is, will she come out with a cane or a walker?
Well, she didn't come out at all for a while after a commercial break during a Democratic debate with Bernie Sanders, if you recall. So it's going to be very interesting to see. All right. You have another story saying that her health, Hillary Clinton's in big trouble, and it's not just her health, and you're talking about support from the African American community.
Right. All these speeches Trump gave to the African American community, the one in Detroit, and in every speech since, has had an impact. He is up like 17% with blacks in the latest LA Times Dornsith poll. So this is historic for Trump, and Hillary has the lowest approval with black voters since 1960, according to this one report. So she's in serious trouble.
Yeah, and Julio, the campaign hasn't even run, and I pray they do, any commercials featuring Jesse Jackson from the 90s praising the heck out of Donald Trump in front of an audience with Donald Trump in attendance. It's a Jesse Jackson event. He says forget his persona, forget the way he seems. He's caring. He's willing to take risks for underprivileged. He donated a space at 40 Wall Street for our organization. When I ran for president, while others didn't take me seriously, he was there. And this is a guy who wasn't running for anything. So I hope they put those in a commercial and blunt this racism nonsense, because every day, all they're asking is, David Duke, what about David Duke? So this is encouraging what Jim Hoft has to say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was something like to the effect of, a lifetime of, doing wonderful things for the black community. Listen, you have the thing with the Florida golf course where then blacks and Jews were allowed to go on it too. Donald Trump has done a lot. And then you have Hillary Clinton on the flip side that you can use the super predator quote. I think the reason why blacks aren't, that excited about Hillary Clinton is they probably see her as part of that establishment, which has caused them to have these difficulties because they lived through 8 years of Bill Clinton. So she's associated with that, and the black community hasn't been helped since the 1960s. It's time to have somebody come in and do something completely different, and he's, to his credit, going out there and trying to reach out to them. So I think Donald Trump will do very well amongst black voters.
All right, Jim, let me talk to you about the Colin Powell emails that were hacked by Guccifer. Made public today or last night from August. Basically, Colin Powell saying Hillary could have prevented this whole thing if only she had been honest, that I had nothing to do with telling her anything because she set this whole system up before she ever talked to me, and I wish they would stop trying to pin this on me. Now, the media is all excited that he also trashes Trump, but the guy voted for and supported Barack Obama twice.
Right. He sounds like a complete Democrat insider. He also says in one of these emails that came out that isn't being widely reported yet, it was actually a Clinton donor told him that Hillary hates Obama. This was in one of the emails, that Hillary hates Obama. So, I wonder how Barack will deal with that.
Wow, I hadn't seen that. All right, let's go to a caller, folks. Let's go down to Miami and say hello to Susan. Hello, Susan.
Yes, hello.
Hi, you're on America Talks Live. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to allude to the fact that why there isn't more conversation about Hillary's leg brace that seemed to have collapsed and fallen out of her pants when she collapsed and got into the car.
I don't know. We're showing a picture now. I know the man to go to for all this is Jim Hoft because his site puts all of these things up. Did she have a leg brace that fell out that you are aware of, Jim?
Well, when you replay that video of her collapsing at Ground Zero, you'll see that something fell on the ground. Was it from her leg? We're not sure. Was it from one of the Secret Service guys who was lifting her into the van? They actually tossed her into the van, if you look at the video, because her feet were dragging on the ground. We're not sure what that metal piece is at this point.
It was metal because I had heard she lost a shoe. Now, I don't know if that was a story they told.
She lost a shoe, too, yes.
A shoe also. Very interesting. Susan, thank you. I was not aware of that, and I pride myself on being aware. Guys, I appreciate it very much. Jim Hoft and both of you gentlemen, thank you very much, Julio and Jim. We'll speak to you again very soon. All right, folks, up next, we're going to be joined by Cheryl Atkerson, who I spoke to earlier today on America Talks Live. And my Newsmax TV colleague Miranda Kahn will have the latest on Donald Trump and his medical record, so don't you go away.
Tonight on Newsmax Prime. Millions of your tax dollars going straight into the pockets of Mideast terrorists. Alan Dershowitz and General Michael Hayden with live reaction. Plus, pollster John Zogby pinpoints Trump's new lead in a key battleground state. And how much influence does Ivanka Trump have over her father? And what role will she play in a Trump administration?